Hello and welcome back to another episode of this week's watches, and this week another 12 incredible watches for you guys and girls. And those of you that are new here, every single Saturday we release watches on the website at 9:30 a.m, usually somewhere between 8 and 12 pieces. For the next few weeks it's looking like it's definitely going to be 12 pieces a drop, and they vary from vintage to modern, from affordable to sort of dream grail level, and a range of brands from micro brands to your mainstream. There really is something for everyone, and that's what I aim to achieve every single week here at Kibble Watches. And it's thanks to you guys and girls who watch this, who sell us watches, consign watches with us, and obviously purchase watches. And on that front, thank you very, very much. It's been an absolutely insane October already, and again I'm looking forward to what the sort of end of this year comes to. It's looking impressive, so thank you all very, very much. Now, before we crack on with the watches on the table, which is obviously what you're here to see, what's on wrist, I'm wearing an absolutely gorgeous Pinion Neutron SE Red Dial limited edition of just 25 pieces, and I'll try to remember to put a photo of the case back up because it's absolutely incredible, and I've got it paired right now on a really high quality leather NATO from Zulu Alpha straps. Really enjoying this one. So a English brand on a English NATO, although I believe the leather is from Italy or something like that, I can't remember exactly, but yeah, really great supporting the British brands. That's what I am doing today. Now let's crack on with what you're here to see, and we've got to start with this absolutely awesome IWC Ingenieur SL Quartz steel and gold in 34mm on its bracelet. This comes back from a recent service with IWC, and it comes with 2 lots of service paper from them as well, if I remember correctly. So let's check this one out now. So starting this week off with the incredible IWC Ingenieur SL Quartz in stainless steel and 18 karat yellow gold, which is all brushed, giving it a very sort of different look to what we're used to with two-tone. Typically it's always polished, whereas with this brushed finish it really adds to the sort of the Ingenieur's aesthetic, which is obviously a sportier watch, a more robust tool-like watch, and gold is often seen as a more dressy, more fragile kind of material, but when it's brushed like this it really gives the impression of a tool watch. Very nicely done. And contrasting that massively is that dial. It has an ever so slight texture to it, as you can see, or pattern, and then you've got these delicate white Roman numerals and delicate black hands. It almost contrasts again to the dial. It won't be for everyone, this kind of design, but I think it's really unique and really interesting. This is the reference IW3305, and this is from the circa 1980s. This does come with a service box and service paperwork from IWC, and they did the full works on it, including a polish at some point, and they've done a very, very nice job of it. Overall condition is fantastic, and you've got the open clasp like so. IWC seen proudly right there, and it pulls open as such. As I say, quartz, screw down sign crown at 3 o'clock, and the chamfers are nice and strong. Still, as you can see, really nice solid gold bezel, and just overall a very interesting look, especially when you consider the value. You know, the new Ingenieur came out recently and the price has definitely shot up, and therefore, you know, sort of an almost all ships rise situation with older Ingenieurs. Whereas these sort of quartz ones, especially the two-tones and the mid-size, seem to have remained relatively affordable, I would say, when you consider what you're getting. And that might be due to the aesthetics. You know, two-tone isn't for everyone, but I would definitely give this a try, book an appointment and try it on. So let's show it on wrist and talk dimensions. And here we go on my 7-inch wrist. Do not be afraid of the dimensions of this one. You know, at 34mm, because of the integrated bracelet and case design, it wears a hell of a lot bigger, and I think actually looks perfectly at home on my wrist. I probably wouldn't go much bigger than this, if any. So this is 34mm by 39mm lug to lug, 8mm on the thickness, and 23mm at the integrated bracelet, tapering down quite aggressively towards the clasp. So go check this beautiful watch out on the website today. From there over to a classic with the Tudor Black Bay Pro. This is the GMT in 39mm on its bracelet, but it also comes with the very nice dynamic strap from Tudor, which is like a canvas rubber. So let's take a closer look at this one. Now onto the classic Tudor Black Bay Pro GMT 39mm with the steel bezel, beautiful sort of yellow orangey GMT hand with the 200 meter 600 feet also stated in the same tone. A really nice sort of homage and tribute to the original Explorer 2s of the past, you know, the 1655, often nicknamed the Steve McQueen or the Freccione. This reference 79470 is a very faithful homage to that, but done to modern standards and obviously modern sizing with Tudor. This is a well-worn example. There are scratches and wear on the bracelet, on the case and all that kind of stuff, which is kind of how I like to see them, to be honest. There's nothing worse than a watch that's been owned for many years and hasn't really been used. Obviously from a selling perspective and a buying perspective, it can be nice, but at the end of the day, everything is priced into this model, for example, the condition. This one is from July 2022 with its box and paperwork, and it goes without saying, if you do want it polished, this hasn't been polished yet, we can have it polished on request and at additional cost, so just get in contact if you'd like that done. But this one comes with its bracelet, and it also comes with its Tudor strap, which is the deploying buckle, and is that sort of hybrid canvas and rubber. Very, very nice. Screw down crown at 3 o'clock, and as we open it up, you can see the signed case back right there. As you see, inside is the automatic Tudor caliber MT5652, an in-house Tudor movement. Date over at 3 o'clock, and overall there's not really much else to say. I've had so many of these and I will continue to get so many in. They're good sellers, and at pre-owned prices they are undeniable value. If you're in the market for a Tudor or a GMT or a dive watch, any of those things, this sort of ticks all of them obviously. I would highly consider this one, but let's show it on wrist and talk dimension. And here we go on my 7-inch wrist. As you can see, very nicely proportioned, obviously on the thicker side, but it still wears well and it's very comfortable. This is 39mm by 47.5mm lug to lug, 14.5mm on the thickness and 20mm on the lugs, so endless options. But go check this one out on the website today. From there over to a watch I've not had in a long time. This is the Longines Heritage Classic limited edition for Hodinkee of 500 pieces total, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 500 pieces total. Comes on this awesome bracelet, comes with a strap and a humongous box. So if you're wanting to buy this one, please come to the office and collect it. That would save me a hell of a lot on shipping, and it would be a much easier process. But let's take a closer look at this one. On to the Longines Heritage Classic. This is a limited edition of 500 pieces made for Hodinkee back in the day from circa 2021. A really great release that sold out very quickly, and it's very interesting to see LVMH, not LVMH, sorry, Watches of Switzerland, they're the ones, the UK British retailer, has bought Hodinkee. So it's going to be interesting to see what that means for the future. Lots of speculation, lots of opinions online. I'm going to wait and see. But yeah, this is a very great limited edition they did back in the day with this silver sector dial, which contrasts beautifully with the blued hands. It just works very, very well. Sign crown at 3 o'clock, nice case profile, and the Longines bracelet, which is very, very comfortable. And just looks fantastic on the watch. It does come with additional straps as well, so be sure to check out the photos to see those. The reference to this one is L2.828.4.72.2, so a nice long reference as always with Longines. Thank you very much for that. And as we open up the bracelet, you can see the signed case back with the limited edition number out of 500, and the full name and everything like that, proudly stated right there, including Hodinkee written, as you can see. Inside is an automatic Longines caliber L893.4, and this watch is from circa 2021 with its box and paperwork, and unfortunately the warranty card is unsigned, and I've seen a lot from Hodinkee like that, which is a shame, because I would expect Hodinkee, or at least the distribution team of Hodinkee, to realise the importance of just writing on the card. I know it's tedious and I know it's not really necessary, but at the end of the day it's nice to have. But there you go, it happens even with Hodinkee, so it happens at your local stores and it happens with them. But let's show this one on wrist and talk dimensions. And here we go on my 7-inch wrist, a very well proportioned watch, and at 38.5mm I think they've hit the perfect size, because it's big enough to fit the wrist nicely, but it's not too big where it just becomes all dial and too much. I think this is a nice middle ground. Obviously I would wear smaller, I probably wouldn't wear any bigger than this, so I think it ticks a lot of boxes. 38.5mm by 47.5mm lug to lug, 10.5mm on the thickness and 19mm on the lug, so a little awkward, but there are options out there, and you can see that dynamic dial sort of playing with the light right there. Really wonderful. So go check this one out on the website today. From there over to one I've been very excited to bring you guys and girls, and it is this gorgeous Chopard Genève step case in 18 karat yellow gold. Really awesome dress watch, something quite different as well from Chopard, and a really awesome design, all under £2,000, and that's solid 18 karat gold. So let's take a closer look at this one. For an absolutely gorgeous Chopard Geneve, this is an 18 karat gold stepped case dress watch, as you can see, with that beautiful Roman numeral proudly stated at 12 o'clock, the hands, the logo, and that is it. I mean, talk about a simple dial but beautifully executed. This is incredible. Cabochon crown at 3 o'clock, and as we flip it around, a nice snap-on case back with all the details written on there. This is a reference to 147, and inside is a Swiss quartz movement that we just recently had the battery changed on, so it's ready to go. And this watch is from the circa 1980s. There's no box or paperwork, unfortunately, but we've paired it, or I've paired it, on a very nice, in my opinion, suede strap. Now, it goes without saying this watch would look great on black, brown, pretty much anything, you name it, it's going to look good. But I tried to sort of dress it down a little bit, a more t-shirts and t-shirt and jeans kind of vibe. Won't be for everyone, but at the end of the day, I can swap the strap out for you on request. Now, I bought this watch off a collector who actually bought this from Gold Amma. Anyone who has been on Instagram for a little while and has, you know, follows watch accounts, you'll know exactly who that is. Based over in Europe, they pretty much sell a load of very, very amazing gold watches, stuff most people have never seen before. So this actually came from them a little while ago. So I'm very honored to be the one to have now purchased it to sell on to one of you lucky collectors out there. So it comes from a very nice place. But let's show it on wrist and talk dimensions. And here we go on my 7-inch wrist. I think this wears absolutely beautifully and looks incredible on the wrist. What a cool looking watch. And again, under £2,000, as I said in the intro, is stupendous value for this one. So what you're looking at is 31mm by 32mm lug to lug, only 5.5mm on the thickness and 19mm on the lug, so a little awkward, but there are plenty of options out there. And as I say, this pairing really tones it down in my opinion. But at the end of the day, a nice black strap would obviously look great. So go check it out on the website today. From there over to another really interesting, unusual watch from a brand that I don't think gets enough attention, obviously Chopard and now Hermès. This is the Hermès Kepler chronograph automatic in 39mm. Really awesome case shape and design, great chronograph as well, which is an ETA, so again workhorse movement, and it's back from a service as well. So let's take a closer look at this one. Now on to one, as I said in the intro, I've been very excited to bring to you guys and girls. That's this Hermès Kepler chronograph automatic in 39mm, a wonderful example from the mid-2000s. The exact reference is KP1.910. What makes this watch so unique is obviously that wonderful case shape, a very unique and extravagant design which I think looks fantastic, and then you have this really beautiful jet white dial with the Roman numerals throughout the outside and those contrasting black hands, or they're silver but they end up looking black half of the time, as you can see. Really works wonderfully. Date hidden away nicely. At first, when I first saw the watch, I didn't even realise there was a date. That's how well incorporated I think they've done it. So obviously everyone has an opinion on dates. Let's not get into that right now. Signed crown at 3 o'clock and the two pushes for the chronograph. And talking about the chronograph, as we flip the watch around, you're presented with a nice exhibition case back with a customised rotor and customised main plate by Hermès. And this is an automatic ETA 2894-2. As I say, this watch is from the mid-2000s. It comes with a service box and it comes with a few other things, so be sure to check out the photo, including an unused Hermès scarf, which is very nice to sort of include with this. And the strap it's on is a Molquin strap, a very high quality, quite expensive strap as well, which I think looks absolutely wonderful on the watch and suits it perfectly. Again, the value for money on a watch like this is stupendous. So if you're after a chronograph, you want something a little different, you know, you want to go to a Red Bar or a watch get together with other watch aficionados and people go, what on earth is that? And when you say an Hermès, they're going to be surprised because this is incredible. Another brand that I think is often overlooked. So let's show it on wrist and talk dimensions. And here we go on my 7-inch wrist. I mean, this watch packs a punch in terms of design, fit and feel and quality for your money. So this is 39mm by 44.5mm lug to lug, only 10.5mm on the thickness and 20mm on the lug, so endless options for straps, but I think this pairing is perfect and sort of suits the whole Hermès vibe. So go check this one out on the website today. From there over to one of my favorites on the table, another very interesting square case watch. This is the Zenissimo, I don't know how to pronounce it, Zenissimo, gold-filled square watch, reference 4002 HU, a very awesome watch. One actually from the personal collection, which I'm sad to see go, but at the end of the day, just can't keep them all. So let's take a closer look at this one. For another fantastic watch, and that goes without saying, as this comes from the personal collection that me and my wife enjoyed. But at the end of the day, as I said in the intro, we just can't keep them all, especially now we have 2 young children and everything else going on. It's we only can wear so many watches, as much as I want to keep every single one. And this way, you know, hopefully someone snaps it up quickly, puts us out of our misery. But if not, and it's still there in a little bit of time and we're in a different position, I'm just going to take it straight back and enjoy it again. So this is the gorgeous 1960s Zenissimo. As you can see, proudly stated at 6 o'clock. Hopefully no one's coming to me for pronunciations anyway, but there you go. A really nice sort of gold tone dial, a very creamy gold as well. It looks beautiful with that silver ring with Roman numerals, a very unique design, bringing sort of square and round together. 2 simple hands, zenith proudly stated at 12 o'clock, and this gorgeous square zenith gold-filled case, which is in incredible condition, all things considered. You even have the original Zenith signed crown at 3 o'clock, and as we flip it over, a stainless steel snap-on case back, and this is a reference 4002 HU. And inside there, powering this watch, is a manually wound Zenith caliber 1730. As I say, this watch is from the circa 1970s. We've got it paired on a nice suede green strap, and it even comes with its original gold-plated Zenith buckle, which is worth a pretty penny on its own because of what else that could fit. So yeah, really great example, priced incredibly well, and if you're in the market for a vintage Zenith, I'd say look no further. This is a very unique one. I've seen a couple of these come up in steel, but I haven't seen a gold one in a very long time. So let's show on wrist and talk dimensions. And here we go on my 7-inch wrist, another very charming watch on the wrist, as you can see, and you can see why me and my wife enjoyed this one so much. So 27.5mm by 33.5mm lug to lug, so not quite a perfect square. That's because obviously the lugs overhang the case nicely, which again helps with wearability. Only 6.5mm on the thickness, so incredibly thin, and 18mm on the lug, so endless options if you're not a fan of the whole green and gold combination, but I think it works beautifully. So go check it out on the website today. From there over to one of the most affordable watches on the table today, and it's a really great one from Marlowe. This is the Marlowe Tay 35mm sail off-white dial. Really, really cool design, really great look, and only £250. I don't usually talk price in these videos, but when they're this good, I think it's definitely worth it. So let's take a closer look at this one. Here we go, another Marlowe. I've had a few of these over the years. I've even had a few in the collection. Great watches at great prices, and I'm always impressed by their packaging as well. They come with a nice book which talks all about the watch, the inspiration, has beautiful illustrations and photos, so I would highly recommend this brand in general, whether it be at retail or obviously pre-owned like this one. So this is the Marlowe Tay 35mm sail with an off-white dial, black ring, nice contrasting hands, a very simple but elegant look, and a very nice size as well. At 35mm, it sort of ticks the box for those people who are into their smaller watches and provides a hell of a punch for those who do want something smaller but still wears a bit bigger. I would say this definitely does. Nice thick case, and by thick I mean for the size. It's still only 10mm thick, so very thin all things considered. Nice strong lugs as well, sign crown at 3 o'clock, and as we flip it over, exhibition case back right there with the free-flowing Miyota as always. Those rotors spin around like crazy. This is a Miyota caliber 9039, and this watch is from March 2024 with its box, paperwork, original strap and buckle. Everything you could possibly want. So let's show this one on wrist and talk dimensions. And here we go on my 7-inch wrist. You can see that looks very, very good, and I think fits the wrist nicely. So dimensions wise, 35mm by 41mm lug to lug, only 10mm on the thickness, so quite thin, but obviously has a nice little bit of thickness to it for the size, which helps with wearability, and only 18mm on the lugs, endless options. So go check this one out on the website today. From there over to a Seiko Prospex Diver black dial automatic 43mm. There's a lot going on there. That's the SPB 077J1 on a very nice black rubber strap. So let's take a closer look at that one. For a Seiko Pro Specs diver, this is the black dial, black bezel SPB 077J1, a sort of classic reference among the Seiko lineup of divers that ticks a lot of boxes and is super affordable pre-owned. You can see a nice matte black dial and a glossy black ceramic bezel. Works really well. Sorry, aluminium. You've got a nice stainless steel case with nice profile, as you can see. Screw down crown at 4 o'clock. And as we flip it over, you're presented with a screwed down signed case back with a Seiko Wave, again as you'd expect, and inside is the automatic Seiko caliber 6R15, so a nice step up from the 4 series. So hand winding, hacking, slightly better tolerances as well, just a workhorse movement that seems to run forever. These are tanks. And this watch is from circa 2018 with its box and unsigned paperwork. It does come with its original strap in the box, but that has been worn to smithereens, I would say. And this comes with a nice aftermarket black rubber strap, which looks absolutely fantastic. I believe it's from Cheapest NATO Straps, which is an American company. Very good quality for a affordable price. So yeah, not a huge amount more to say on this one. If you're after a Seiko diver, it ticks a lot of boxes, won't break the bank, and definitely punches well above its price point. This is the one. So let's show it on wrist and talk dimensions. And here we go on my 7-inch wrist. As you can see, definitely fits the wrist nicely, looks great. This is 43mm by 50mm lug to lug, 12.5mm on the thickness and 20mm on the lug, so endless options if you want to swap out this very nice rubber strap, which I think suits it perfectly, but go check it out on the website today. From there over to something awesome. I do enjoy getting these in from time to time. This is a 7 Friday P1B/01 47mm. It's huge, but because it's a complete sort of square, it actually wears surprisingly well, and a really cool design. I do like 7 Fridays, especially pre-owned. I think this retails for well over £1,000, and this is under £400, pretty much like new with loads of straps. So I mean, what better opportunity is there? Let's take a closer look at this one. Now for a 7 Friday, a very cool brand that's been around for a long time, and it definitely won't be to everyone's taste, but I really like them, and I love how they wear on wrist. I think it's a very fun watch. If you're after something a little different, I think this definitely ticks the box of being something a little different. This is the reference P1B/01 from circa 2023 with its over-the-top wooden box. Comes with multiple additional straps and all different accessories as well, so be sure to check out the photo on the website to see everything it comes with. Now to talk about the dial, it's quite simple once you realize how it works. You have running seconds as a disc over here at sort of like, what's that, 4:30-ish, and then at 9 o'clock that's a 24-hour sub-dial, which is coupled to the hour hand. And as we rotate the hands around, you'll see now that's 11 o'clock, so the front arrow is the minutes, the orangey yellow one is the hours. So now it's 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and nearly 2 o'clock, and so on. I'll keep that there so you can see everything else. Got nice text on the dial, slightly exposed movement. You can see the balance ticking away right there. Polished steel case with brushing on the sides and a nice case profile. Signed crown at 3 o'clock, and then the over-the-top case back as well with all the information you could ever need about the watch, which is actually quite nice because then it's all there for you. Inside that case is an automatic Miyota 92S7, and as I say, circa 2023 with this one, currently paired on a 7 Friday strap with buckle. Looks very good, and let's show it on wrist and talk dimensions, because I think that's where it's going to surprise a lot of you. And here we go on my 7-inch wrist. Now obviously it is a big watch, there's no way of going around that, it certainly is, but it still wears surprisingly well. So it's 47mm, but again it's a square case, so it's 47mm by 47mm, which definitely fits nicely. 12mm on the thickness and 24mm at the lug, so it's definitely a beast, but it tapers down ever so slightly towards the clasp, which helps balance out the weight. But again, if you're into this kind of look and design, I think it's really cool for the money. So go check it out on the website today and save yourself a huge chunk off retail. And another really affordable watch, this is the Leica Pilot Basic Ocean. I'm butchering it, so I'm I don't even know what I'm trying. 42mm automatic. It's the pilot's watch, a classic, really, really affordable with a Miyota movement. And again, I'm talking prices on some of these, 250 quid, bargain. So let's take a closer look, and it's pretty much new. Onto a Leica 42mm pilot watch, automatic, with a nice black dial and the sort of greeny, yellowy lume we expect with these more affordable watches. And also watches of the past, they had this sort of weird mixture sometimes where the lume was a more yellowy, greeny tinge. So this is the reference 861 690, and it's sort of the entry level into Leica, but again offers a huge amount for the money. You've got the very small hour hand right there, which is on the inner ring, and then the minute hand on the outer ring, nicely done with a long second hand. Onion style crown at 3 o'clock, nice brush case throughout, which again really works with the design. As we flip it over, you're even presented with an exhibition case back, again with one of those Miyota movements. This is the Miyota caliber 9250. Sorry, 92S0. I'm looking from afar at some of my little notes, so I apologise. 92S0 inside, and this one's from circa 2024 with its box and paperwork, and is ready to be worn and enjoyed. The strap has a few creases where it's been sort of tried on here and there, but the watch is pretty much unworn. So let's show on wrist and talk dimensions. And here we go on my 7-inch wrist. So whilst 42mm, it definitely wears big. It's got that big full dial pilot's watch vibe going with it. So this is 42mm by 49.5mm lug to lug, only 12mm on the thickness and 20mm on the lugs. So go check this one out on the website today. And that leaves us with the final two watches on the table, a really beautiful pair that I've been very excited to bring to you guys and girls. That is a Dunhill, yes, believe it or not, this is a Dunhill, a 925 sterling silver, which is gold plated. So the whole watch is actually silver. It even comes with its original silver Dunhill buckle as well. This one we're looking at is a green printed dial, so they're not stone dials, but they're made to look like stone dials, and they're printed, and they're quartz, and I'm calling it a Vendome because it kind of looks like the Cartier Vendo, and again under £1,000. I believe both come with a box as well. Amazing. So let's take a closer look at the green dial. Now on something super cool and unique, that's this gorgeous Dunhill Vendome, as I'm calling it, because it looks like the Cartier Vendome. You've got this gorgeous stepped bezel, white outer ring with exploding Roman numerals, and then a green stone-like texture printed, I have to say, on the inside of the dial, creating a very unique looking watch. And again, sort of scratching the itch, as they say, for people who want to get into the whole stone dial thing but don't want to break the bank, because at the end of the day there's a lot of stone dials out there, but they're very expensive, and some of them are cracked, and there's potential problems and so on and so on, whereas this gives you the kind of feel and look at a fraction of the price while still giving you something super cool. Because as we start to turn the watch around, you'll see a cabochon set crown, and then a gold-plated case back with a Swiss quartz movement and sterling silver and hallmarks proudly stated. So this is actually a full sterling silver case that has been gold-plated. Very, very nicely done, and it even comes with its original sterling silver gold-plated buckle, which actually has the hallmarks as sort of the branding, if you will, on the outside. Very nicely done. It is paired on an aftermarket strap, which is actually a Fave Luber strap because it fits. As you can imagine, getting a strap for this one is quite hard. You'd have to sort of go to strap tailor and have something made ideally, or get lucky and find a Dunhill strap that does fit. This one's circa 1980s. It does come with its Dunhill box, and in that box is the original strap, which has obviously been quite well worn, and this is a reference 12777. Incredible design for the money. So let's show it on wrist and talk dimensions. And here we go on my 7-inch wrist. I mean, that just looks absolutely incredible and punches well above its price point, in my opinion. So this is 33mm by 40.5mm lug to lug, only 6.5mm on the thickness, and 17mm at the lugs, tapering down to the clasp. A really great looking watch. So go check it out on the website today. And then last is another favourite from me today. It is the exact same as what we just looked at, but with a blue dial. So a blue printed dial, which looks like a smoky sort of, I don't know what it is exactly, but it looks amazing. So let's take a closer look at that one. Now on to the blue dial, and if you missed the green dial we just looked at, I'd recommend rewinding a couple of minutes and taking a look at that, because this is the same watch but in blue. So you have that gorgeous white outer ring, Roman numerals, and a balloon stone-like printed texture, with the gold hands again contrasting beautifully. This one again with the stepped case and cabochon set crown, and as we flip it over, the same gold plated case back, and sterling silver proudly stated right there. So this is a solid sterling silver watch with gold plating over the top. Reference 121-23723. It also comes on a very nice Dunhill black leather strap, as you can see, and it also comes with its original hallmark sterling silver and gold plated buckle. Very nicely done, again something you don't see often. So we are calling this the Dunhill Vendome because it looks like a Cartier Vendome in terms of design. Very nicely done, and again the pop of colour really makes this one stand out in my opinion. Swiss quartz movement, box as well, so a nice Dunhill box, and this is just ready to be purchased, worn and enjoyed, and I think it's one of the I mean, I'd happily wear either, the green or the blue, but this one definitely stands out to me personally. They're priced exactly the same, and it would be great if they could stay together. They've come from the same place, so how amazing for them to go to the same place. But at the end of the day, if you only want the blue or the green, the option is there as well. So let's show this one on wrist and talk dimensions. And again, here we go on my 7-inch wrist, the exact same proportions as the other one, and it wears exactly the same and looks just as good. So it comes down to personal preference of dial colour. So this is 33mm by 40.5mm lug to lug, only 6.5mm on the thickness and 17mm at the lugs, tapering down to the clasp. So go check out this affordable but incredible watch on the website today. So there you have it, guys and girls. 12 incredible watches on the table today. Some mainstream stuff from Seiko and Tudor, and then some really unusual things from the likes of Dunhill, Chopard, Hermès. I mean, I'm trying to really bring you guys a huge variety and really show you things you've probably never seen before. And that's the beauty of doing a job like this. At the end of the day, it is a job, but I mean, I get to play around with watches all day. It hardly feels like a job. And especially as I collect watches, I'm passionate about watches, I get to see things every single day that I've never seen before. And I've been doing this for a very long time. I've handled thousands of watches, sold thousands of watches, and I still see things I've never seen before and still learning every single day. So I mean, how incredible is that? And it means I get to show you guys and girls as well stuff like the watches on the table today. And there's more of that coming, so keep an eye out for next Saturday and the following Saturday and every Saturday after that. We're going to be bringing you more incredible things. So we'll see you all again next time. Take care.